I'm 37.
What?
I'm 37, I'm not old.
Hello, viewing several. Here we are again. Continuing our Gaga journey, going back to the beginning. What I understand to be the debut studio album from her back in 2008. Now, I know I'm going to know at least a few of these tracks because obviously when she first came onto the scene and, you know, entered the charts, she was a big deal. There were several of these songs that I think are featured on this album that definitely were in the charts, played on the radio, hard to avoid or escape in any context. Even though I wasn't a particular fan of pop music of that type back then, I definitely heard the songs and I'll probably know them, you know, or know memorable chunks of them. Choruses, for example. So yeah, very interested to see where things began with her. Because, you know, with Mayhem, I was blown away. I realised that it's a kind of pop music that literally only in the last, say, decade that I've actually started to warm to and accept that actually there's great stuff here. There's stuff that's really worth listening to, and to not be such a snob, thinking that unless it was, you know, a cluster of guys with guitars, or unless it was obscure, or unless it was basically if it isn't edgy, if it isn't indie, if it isn't X, Y, and Z, then it's not worth your time. You know, it doesn't have merit, which is silly, to say the least. It's a nonsense argument, which kind of embarrassed that I held for so long. So this is the edited down, you know, for the sake of copyright claims, etc. For YouTube. There is a full uncut, all the pontificating and yawning and clicking and clacking and whatevering you could hope for on the Patreon, so please feel free to check that out if you want to just see more of this and hear more of that. Otherwise, hope that this edit gives you a decent flavour of, you know, what I thought of the album. Right, without much further ado, let's get to it. Lady Gaga, The Fame. Yeah, very familiar with this. God, the rhythm of that, it's irresistible. No wonder this was a hit. Jesus. These lyrics are great. I never would have paid attention to them before. It's delicious. It's like, it's candy. It's just, it's indulgent. I'm not a huge fan of auto-tune broadly, but it works sometimes. It definitely fits in here. That do just oof. It's just great. That's very interesting. Literally never heard this bit before. Oh, back to yeah. Yeah, so satisfying. Such an enjoyable track. There's a reason why it became the hit that it did, and it put her on the map. It's brilliant. Never heard that outro before. I never listened to that section, because obviously I only ever heard it in passing. I never ever sat and listened to the song in full and never paid attention to any of the lyrics. And some of the lyrics are great. They're really fun. Like, they're really, yeah. This is why I need to do stuff like this.
Let's have some fun, this beat is sick. I wanna take a ride on your disco stick. Let's have some fun, this beat is sick. I wanna take a ride on your disco stick.
Okay. No, disco stick's a new one, actually. Definitely not heard that before.
But if I do, then I might miss you, babe. Let's have some fun, this beat is sick. I wanna take a ride on your disco stick. Don't think too much.
Oh dear, that's gonna stick in my head.
I wanna take a ride on your disco stick. Let's play a love game, play a love game. Do you want love or you want fame? Or you win the game? Know the love game. Let's play a love game, play a love game. Do you want love or you want fame? Or you win the game? Know the love game. You've indicated your interest. I'm educated in sex, yes, and now I want it bad, want it bad. I love game, I love game. Hold me and love.
Very straightforward. Love that. I'm educated in sex. No, I want it bad, want it bad.
Let's have some fun, this beat is sick. I wanna take a ride on your disco stick. I can see you staring there from across the block with a smile on your mouth and your hand on your heart.
Ooh. See, this is so fun.
Starts the same with a boy and a girl and a hop and a game. And a game.
Dun, dun, dun,
And a
dun,
game.
dun.
And a game.
So fun.
Let's play a love game, play a love game.
Yeah. Very unambiguous, very straightforward. And that the disco stick line will stay with me forever. So thank you, Gaga. Thank you so much. I recognise the title. I can't remember if I know this one. I definitely know that this... I'm sure the second it kicks in, I'll know it. But off the top of my head, I know the title is familiar. But that's about all at this moment.
We are the crowd, we're coming out. Got my flash on the street.
Yeah, this feels familiar too. Yeah, it does.
It's so magical. We'd be so friends. 'Cause you know that, baby, I'm your biggest fan.
Of course, yes.
Till you love me,
Paparazzi.
baby, there's no other superstar. You know that I'll be your paparazzi. Promise I'll be kind, but
Ooh,
I
the
won't
vocals
stop
here.
until that boy is mine. I'll be a girl backstage at your show, velvet ropes and guitars. Yeah, 'cause you're my rock star in between the sets.
And liking the sort of metaphor, or maybe even literal thing of being in love with somebody in the mode of like an obsessive fan almost, which is borderline problematic, but it's such a delicious tune that it doesn't matter.
'Cause you know that, baby, I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me.
Paparazzi.
Baby, there's no other superstar. You know that I'll be. Oh, snap, snap, that shit on the radio. Don't stop for anyone. We'll plastic, but we'll still have fun. Baby, there's no other superstar. You know that I'll be your paparazzi. Promise I'll be kind, but I won't
Oh,
stop
the beats, everything about this is just gorgeous.
Baby, you'll be famous. Chase you down until you love me. Paparazzi.
Ooh, and a bit of a fade out. Okay. Yes, delightful, wonderful. Not a track that, like I say, I remembered, but was just somewhere in the back of my mind because it's just so catchy and just so well put together as a pop song. But again, her vocals and the sweet, despite, like I say, the problematic element of how this obsession / love is communicated, it's so sweet and it's so soft and sincere. You can't help but love it. You can't help but go with it and want to sing along, as I did. Apologies again. I'm getting all of the ones I already know out of the way first. And again, I'll try and resist, but... Oh, the synth again, the production is so... Ooh. Beats they use and that synthy effect, the choice of melody, let's call it, is just... Ooh. And this vocal effect, I remember this.
Ooh,
love game. Nice. Oh god. It's pop perfection, it really is. Nice. Enjoying these lyrics now that I actually am paying attention to them.
Just like a chick in the casino, take your bank before I pay you out. I promise this promises. Check this hand 'cause I'm marvelous.
Ooh, that's a nice bridge. I like that a lot. This song is officially going back on a playlist somewhere. Yeah, and that ma, that was fun too. Yeah, every element of that. There's a reason why it's got, 2 billion plus listens, views, whatever. And it's one of her most iconic songs. It's just a fun, sexy, well produced, catchy, great little tune. Like, it's really great. Definitely am going to have to put that back on a playlist. I mean, a lot of these will probably end up on a playlist so far. Songs I already knew, but I didn't know how well I knew. And even with Love Game, there's some really great moments in that one. I mean, as we go on now, I think we'll be going into territory where I don't really know any more songs, I think. Which is good. That's the whole reason why I want to listen to the album. I want to hear other stuff that I've never heard before. This production, these synths, I'm very on board for it.
Boy, we've had a real good time, and I wish you the best on your way. Hey, hey. I have something that I love, long, but my friends keep on telling me that something's wrong, then I met someone. And there's nothing else I can say.
Ooh.
There's nothing else I can say.
Ooh, that's so catchy.
She never looked at me that way. I have something that I love, long, but my friends keep on telling me that something's wrong, then I met someone. And there's nothing else I can say. There's nothing else I
Love it.
can say. I wish she never looked at me that way.
Ooh, the synths.
I have something that I love, long,
I love
but
it.
my friends keep on telling me that something's wrong.
Oh, that I'm in love with that.
There's nothing else I can say. Wish she
Oh,
never looked at me that way.
that's all you need to say. Genuinely, I love that. It's so simple in the sense of the story that's being told, and even lyrically, nothing particularly complicated, or nothing you really need to dig down to get to. But yeah, gosh, wow, just so catchy. I absolutely adored that production on that track. Really, really loving all the different layers of the synths and the beats. Just ooh.
Beautiful, dirty, dirty, rich, rich, dirty, dirty, beautiful, dirty, rich.
Ooh, hello.
Dirty, dirty, rich, dirty, dirty,
drums,
We got
bass.
a red light, pornographic dance fight, systematic, honey. But we got no money. Our hair is perfect while we're all getting shit wrecked. It's automatic, honey. But we got no money. Bang, bang. We're beautiful and dirty rich. Bang, bang. We're beautiful and dirty rich. We live a cute life, sound fanatic, pants tighter
Perfect.
than plastic,
Drums.
honey. But we got no money. Daddy, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, yeah. We just like to party, like to party,
Guitar there. Ooh.
We're beautiful and dirty rich. Bang, bang.
Ooh. Yeah, that wow, wow, wow. All of the little elements that keep coming in, the production, the guitar, everything about it actually is great. Okay. Yeah, again, not complicated, not doing anything particularly poetic or subtle or nuanced, but it doesn't matter. It's great. Again, if for nothing else, even forgetting the lyrics and just the how enjoyable elements of the what she was doing vocally, the production alone, just the irresistible drums and the bass, and when the guitar came in, yeah, that was really nice. Again, choice of beat and production. Ooh.
I can't help but myself. I'm addicted to a life of material. It's giving me something I wanna be. Retro glamour, Hollywood gets ready for the fame. Doing it for the fame, 'cause we wanna live the life of the rich and famous. Fame, 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 fame. We live for the fame, fame, fame.
So catchy again.
Isn't it a shame, 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 shame? Television and hot blondes in opposition.
See, it's celebratory, but at the same time, it's not actually. When you look at the lyrics, it's not actually saying this is a good thing necessarily. It's almost self-critical of how much she wants this. Oof. Yeah. I love that. I'm particularly in love with the guitar on this one. Another fade out. Sorry, I'm just not used to that. Not used to having so many tracks that just fade out. That's a motif that you just don't have a lot of anymore. Yes. Again, irresistible. The production, the melodies, all the ingredients are there to just make it instantly enjoyable and something you have to move to and dance to and appreciate. And again, lyrically, you get all of the obvious elements of, we want to be famous, we want this, we want that, but also being critical, using lines like all we care about is pornographic girls on film and body plastic, and saying, isn't it a shame, shame baby, like, this isn't a good thing, that we desire this and that we want this and this is what we're obsessed with. Nonetheless, we are. Just think that's really interesting. It's like a little bit deeper than the sort of tone and feel of it might indicate, I think.
That's M-O-N-E-Y, so sexy. Damn, I love the jag, the jet, and the mansion. Oh yeah. And I enjoy the gifts and the trips to the islands.
Okay, similar theme here to the Fame, I think. Yeah,
It's
alright.
good to live expensive, you know it, but my knees get weak intensive when you can make a kiss it. That's money, honey. When I'm your lover and your mistress. That's money, honey. When you touch me, it's so delicious. That's money, honey. Baby, when you tell me to kiss it. That's money, honey. And I enjoy
does then. Come on. Okay. Okay. So it's, yeah, the duality of loving the person who gives her all the gifts, all the this, that and the other, but actually them and their chemistry, them being together is the thing that she really, that's Money Honey. Okay, alright, that makes more sense than what I was thinking before. Yeah, that one, I do like that. Not as much as the previous tracks, I'll be honest, because it's not the message as such, because it made more sense by the time we got to, you know, the bridge and towards the end. Production-wise, it was, I liked some of the motifs being used there. Yeah, there's just something about it that just felt a little bit bland compared to the previous ones. It definitely was catchy and interesting and, you know, fun. But yeah, it didn't quite, yeah, I don't know, didn't connect or grab me in quite the same way.
Rolling out to the club on the weekend, styling out to the beat that you're freaking, fantasize on the track like you're tweaking, blow my heart up. I'm so starstruck, baby, could you blow my heart up? I'm so starstruck, baby, could you blow my heart up? I'm so starstruck.
Just a dotted line, and I'm supposed to slide. How she added a phonetic, and I think it's going down. She's so starstruck, the gal all stuck. I she'd have had an overdose, too many Starbucks. Ain't never seen a baller, paper that's that taller.
Okay. It's a fun verse from Flow Rida. See the vocal effects here, like that. They're fun, but again, something about even the diddly ding ding. It's nice, but it's not. It feels robotic, as opposed to it just being the effect on the voice, etc. It feels mechanical. It feels AI produced rather than an actual expression of something. Again, I don't want to be too harsh. I feel like maybe I am, but it just, compared to the previous songs, just doesn't have that oomph. Yeah, I think that will qualify for me as the first sort of dud track. Actually, first track where I was like, I could skip this. Like it doesn't give me enough to want to stick around and listen to it, you know, all the way through. It's bound to happen. It happens on lots of albums, frankly. There's very few albums that have, you know, track after track that's either a banger or at least one that you really enjoy listening to, you know, repeatedly. But yeah, that's the first track so far on the album that's maybe not particularly enthused and leaving me a bit cold. So there you go. Ooh. Okay.
Hey, the sugar baby, saw your toys at the pop show. You taste just like glitter mixed with rock and roll.
Ooh,
I
okay.
like you a lot.
See, this has got a bit more something about the rhythm of it. It's
Boys, boys, boys. We like boys in cars. Boys, boys, boys. Buy us drinks in bars. Boys, boys, boys. We're the friends and now with boys, boys, boys. We love them, we love them. Love it when you call me legs. In the morning, buy me eggs. Watch your heart when we're together. Boys like you love me forever.
It is fun. Can't mistake that it's a really fun and cheeky and sexy and, you know, the whole vibe of it is enjoyable. There's an element of the tune and the whatever that's fading out again. That's just a bit repetitive. You know, it's not, but not in like a where I want to keep repeating this chorus. It just sort of repeats and repeats, and you just sort of go, okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, in this middle section, I'm definitely coming. There are more tracks here than compared to the opening of the album, where it just feels like it feels very run of the mill. It feels very sort of like, yeah, okay, good, fine, da 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 da. And I'm just curious about, will the next track be a bit more. Again, it doesn't have to be weighty. It doesn't have to be serious. It doesn't have to be anything more than the kind of things you had with like Poker Face, for example, or well, anything from. You know, at the beginning, but this the verse is more fun and more interesting than the chorus. But again, that chorus was just felt a bit like, yeah, fine. It's catchy, and you probably will remember it. But again, it's not a track that I would want to come back to and listen to again compared to the others. So we're having a sort of mid-album slump, I feel like. But this is just my perspective. It's still a well-produced and fun album up until this point. But there are definitely tracks here that I would skip. Okay. Oh, that's a nice beat. I like the effect of that muted sort of, almost like it's underwater.
Midnight rush with the pen in my hand, dinking Lincoln, Sanskrit with the fan, remembering me before we began. Sometimes I feel so deaf in the jam, but the ones who love me
fun little
told me to
bars.
stop. Like homegirl can't catch it if it drops. A superwoman chick, you know that I am. Some shit don't fly by me in the man, 'cause I do not accept any less than someone just as real, as fabulous. Don't want no paper gangster, won't sign away my life to someone who's got the flavor, but don't have no follow through. I've heard it before, yeah, the dinners were nice, till your diamond words melted into some ice. You should have been rapped into the beat of my song. Mr. California, paper gangster raw. I'm looking for love, not an empty page full of stuff that means nothing but you pimp a lady.
Yeah, the beat and again the production choices here are really fun. Ooh, nice.
Not interested in fakers, don't want no paper gangster.
I'll tell you what it is now. Sorry, I'm getting a sense as we go into this, the final chorus. It's similar as it was with I think Boys, Boys, Boys. That thing of you can. Yeah, this could have been the last chorus before. I like the way it's dropped off and we've just got the piano and then the beat comes back in and we build a bit. Yeah, this is nice, but this should have been the end, I think. We didn't need that little interlude, we didn't need the chorus before it. It's about a minute too long almost. Nearly overstays its welcome in that way. But it's still great. But I would have made it shorter. My feelings towards the end there, like I say, basically what I wanted there from that one, because I was definitely more into it generally and definitely enjoyed the flow of it and the rhythm and again the choices that are made in production. I would have had the last chorus be the last chorus and not had the one preceding it or had that little interlude. I would have just chopped about a minute off of the song, because after a while there are certain songs that, as interesting and fun as it can be, listening to the chorus, you don't need it that many times. You don't need to hear that line repeated that many times. It just, again, it's probably just a me thing, but there's certain songs, at least this one, where it nearly overstayed its welcome and I was sort of waiting for it to end. However, more so than the previous couple of tracks, this one, production wise and with the rap flow and the lyrics as well, in the verses, much more interesting, much more enjoyable this time. Maybe it's about me. I've got brown eyes.
Couldn't stay in your brown eyes.
It's very interesting.
You watch her go. If everything was everything, but everything is sober, everything could be everything if only we were older. Guess it's just a silly song about you and how I lost you and your brown eyes.
I do like the guitar.
In your brown eyes, I was feeling low, where everything was everything, but everything is
interesting. This chorus feels anthemic without being, the production isn't like drowning everything out. It still feels very stripped down in a way.
Guess it's just a silly song about you.
Really, really loving the guitar in this. And I like how she's really opening up vocally, but again, not...
Everything was everything, but baby, it's the last show.
Ooh, like that last show, like it's...
Could be everything.
Ooh, it feels gritty, it feels bitter and sort of... Yeah, there's regret and anger in it.
Grab your old girl with her new tricks, honey, yeah. It's no surprise that I got lost in your brown eyes.
Ooh, even that, the brown eyes, the tone in her voice, it just feels... There's a snarl to it.
Brown eyes.
That's interesting. That was a real change in pace and a real change in tone there. That caught me off guard a little bit. I enjoyed that though. I really enjoyed that sort of taking our time and just going at a slower pace and really fun, enjoyable tone in the guitar, and the fact that even lyrically it wasn't particularly complicated or there wasn't a lot really going on there. In fact, the most common words in the whole thing was just repeating brown eyes, but just something about her tone of voice, something about the inflections in her voice, particularly towards the end. It just felt so raw and had a real snarl and an anger to it. That there's an expressiveness there that carried that through for me. I really enjoyed that. Ooh, back with the beats and synth, and I'm not mad about it at all. Okay.
Your love is nothing I can't fight. I'm in the bedroom with tissues, and when I know you're outside banging, then I won't let you in, 'cause it's a hard life with love in the world, and I'm a hard girl. Loving me's like chewing on pearls.
Ooh.
Got me wondering why I like it rough. 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 Got me wondering why.
Like those little runs as well, just reminding us vocally there's more than just the processed effects laden singing. Like this, I love hearing her open up in that way. Like here, that's this almost mechanical sort of dun 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 dun. It's good, it's enjoyable, I like it.
Don't mean it, or because I don't mean it. Someone else, it's rough.
I like the combination of having that da 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 along with her wah, the two blending together like that. It's really nice.
Got me wondering why. Yeah, you got me. I like it rough.
Yeah, I like that, but more in the sort of vein, I feel like, of like the earlier tracks, like just in terms of the synth, in terms of the production and the beat and the flow of it. But again, lyrically, fairly, repetitive, but not in a bad way. Just it's stuck to a certain motif when we got towards the end of it. But I can't get over that line. I really love that line. With love in the world, I'm a hard girl. Loving me's like chewing on pearls, and then switching up slightly by saying loving me is like straightening curls. Like, it's a struggle, it's an effort, it's hard, it's it's hard for you, it's hard for me, it's rough, and wondering why do I like it this way. I enjoyed that.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Nowhere, baby, you'll be just my summer boyfriend. Summerboy, look at us, you can take me home. Someone nice we can be alone. Bikini dolls coming off.
Yeah, alright. Again, the use of guitar here and the change in rhythm and pace is very interesting. Yeah, see, vocally, these inflections are quite fun, and it's in keeping with the song. Yeah. Vocally and tonally, I'm being reminded a little bit of like early Gwen Stefani. Is that crazy? I like this. It is playful, it is fun, and I'm really liking the guitar effect and the production. That's really nice. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun little tune. Like I say, it's vocally, again, I'll come back to the comment I made about it just feeling like sort of early Gwen Stefani, just that sort of da-da-da-da-da-da, like the inflections that she uses and the tone, and again the guitar and the whole feel of it, and the switch up again in production without like relying on like beat and synth. It felt more of a sort of not stripped back, but again just that use of the guitar and the rhythm of it. It was a change up again in the overall tone compared to other tracks, and it was good fun. Not necessarily one I would play again, I don't think. I mean, maybe, because it is quite fun and it is enjoyable. But yeah, I don't know. I prefer other tracks. Again, it's one of those things where if I played the album, I wouldn't necessarily stick with this one to the end, or it wouldn't make its way onto a playlist. But it's still good fun. Synth, bass, and guitar. Nice. Okay, this one might be more of a chair dance moment, I feel like.
Get back, bunny. It's getting cold in here, little honey. We've got a show to put on your dress. Take a minute for us and relax, relax.
Nice. Vocally, I like that.
Oh, with his bow and arrow, baby. Oh, the lights dim while we're dancing. Yeah, the floor is shaking in this disco heaven. The disco heaven. Throw it like those girls in movies. We've got a show to put on your dress. Take a minute for us and relax.
That relax. I like that. It's the bass and the bow. Ooh, the guitar. It's Ooh, that was nice.
Yeah, the floor is shaking in this disco heaven.
Ooh, the bass is coming through more now. Lovely, really dirty sound to it. And now it's fading away. Yeah, again, similar in vein almost in terms of the sort of message and the feel of something like Just Dance. But again, very deliberately and obviously very specifically focused on that sort of vibe and feel of like actual disco in its late great heyday. Yeah, really enjoyable. Like that a lot. Really, really gets you into that sort of vibe and feel of wanting to move with it. And yeah, great lyrics too. I enjoyed lots of moments there because it feels very playful and very just not taking itself very seriously in the sense of it's just saying, throw your head back, girlie, like those girls in the movies, and that little refrain at the end of the verse, that relax, relax. Sorry. Yeah, I enjoyed that. The moments there where her her vocals really shone through. That was nice to hear. Okay, yeah. Definitely to keep going down the rabbit hole with Gaga. Just great stuff overall. I mean, there's, like I say, there were definitely tracks somewhere in sort of the middle where I lost it a bit. I wasn't quite as enthused, or I wasn't feeling it in quite the same way. But yeah, that definitely doesn't detract in any way from how enjoyable the album is overall. I love the production choices. Her vocals are great. We know she's got a wonderful set of pipes and she can really belt stuff out, and also when she does more fun stuff with her voice, and it's very playful and inventive with it, or when there's like effects put on it, the whole gambit is here. Just really enjoyable and understandable that this was like a debut that was going to launch her towards a certain level of like fame and recognition, because it's incredibly infectious and you know, catchy and enjoyable. I mean, the lead singles are like still incredibly memorable and enjoyable. Other great little standout tracks, the moments and things when things switched up, like they did with Brown Eyes, those are unexpected and they're fun to hear. But the overall vibe, again, the overall tone is fun. It's you know, an album that you can dance along to and really vibe with, and almost wish I'd started here, because it would have been great to go from here and through to Mayhem, because you've got elements of the production that I can recognise from how things were in Mayhem, with the use of synth and that sort of 80s to 90s sort of feel, because of the use of synthesizers and the kind of beats that are used in the production. But regardless, it's still, whatever the setting, whatever the tonally, it was fun. It was an enjoyable experience. I just wish that things hadn't felt like they dipped for me a little bit in the middle. But again, not every album that I hear, even an album that I really like and would want to listen to again, isn't necessarily going to have, you know, track after track that really hits you and stays with you and ends up being something you would put on a playlist. That little slump for me, again, it's just for me in the middle, doesn't detract at all from the fact that this is a great debut. This is a really strong album, and it really signals why she became who she became, and you know, who she is now, you know, still in the music industry. I wish I'd come around to listening to her and appreciating her sooner, but that's often the case. I've had it with Taylor, I've had it with Lana, I've had it with a lot of people that I've come to discover, you know, through me doing videos like this and reactions. I always come away feeling like, if only I'd listened sooner. So yeah, there we go, guys. Definitely going to continue down the rabbit hole with Gaga. I think I'll just go chronologically through the remainder of the albums. If there's a particular live performance, can be just a single track or a concert, but maybe just a singular performance that you think I should check out, please leave me some recommendations on that front. I'd be really curious to know what you think would be a great place to go, because I don't think I've really seen her perform anything live, to be honest with you. So please leave some suggestions and comments. Let me know what you thought of the album. Where do you think this ranks in her overall oeuvre and discography? Generally, what do you think? Give it a like if you liked it. Help me out on the old algorithm there. But yeah, goodbye forever.
Will you shut up, huh?
Ah, now we see the violence inherent in the system. Come and see the violence inherent in the system. Help, help, I'm being repressed.
Bloody peasant!